Genesis 6:15 says, "This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high." In 1993, a South Korean research center conducted a scientific study comparing 12 holes of different shapes to the 1.5 million cubic foot ark Noah built. They discovered that no modern design can outperform Noah's ark. God gave Noah the specific instructions and dimensions he was to use to build the ark approximately 4,300 years ago. Before medical science found out about the importance of isolating a person with infectious disease, God taught his people about this in the Bible. In the 14th century, 70 million lives were taken through the plague because they failed to separate the sick from the healthy. It wasn't until the 17th century that the laws of quarantine were instigated. But well before modern medicine, God instructed his people to do this with their sick. In Leviticus 13:46, again written about 1400 BC, but the actual instructions were given verbally about 3,500 years ago, in about 2500 BC, God says, "As long as he has the infection, he remains unclean. He must live alone in a place outside the camp." Genesis 15:5 says, "He took him outside and said, 'Look up at the sky and count the stars, if indeed you can count them.' Then he said to him, 'So shall your offspring be.'" Over the years, many people thought there were about 3,000 stars. Others thought more and others less. And today we know there are too many stars to count. Psalm 8, verse 8 says, "The fowl of the air and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passeth through the paths of the seas." Matthew Maury was a man who loved God and who was born about 200 years ago. He loved to study the Bible, and he believed that the Bible was accurate in every area it touched on. When he read that verse, he figured that there must really be paths through the sea, so he set out to discover them. Sure enough, he discovered several currents that run through the oceans, including the Gulf Stream, which runs down the east coast of America in the Atlantic Ocean.